No,
Actually, it's FL Graphics and
FCL Graphics and the Parents Club. Parents Club pays for the postage. They send out 9,000 of these to the community members.
Yeah, we can. I can take this.
So I talked to the gentleman that's in charge of that, and
I can take this back to Jennifer and I. We can talk about it. Maybe present it to our STEP and PTA organization and see
what we could do
what
about
involvement they'd like to have in creating this type of newsletter. So I'll hold on to this, Dr. O'Malley.
Thanks. Any other questions for communication?
I think that was it.
I'll ask them if they had any questions for you.
Oh, no, I
Great. Thank you. ISAB delegate, Mike?
we hosted the West Cook Division Executive Committee meeting, which presents the fall and spring division meetings for the ISBA, and that went well. There's a lot of discussion on different topics that we were going to talk about. One of them is communicating with the public in our own backyard. Oak Lawn is it was Oak Lawn 134. Did I say?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
120, 123.
123. I know the numbers are all. I didn't read them right. But anyways, they have they've done. They're nationally recognized for communicating with the public and getting the message out to them. So, Dr. O'Malley, if you can, maybe we could reach out to them.
Absolutely.
Because they did the national presentation to the ISB, so hopefully that'll help us out with that. And we made the next fall dinner for October 3rd, 2017, and the spring division meeting. Oh, I'm sorry, these are division meetings. You guys don't need that. The summer, or rather, yes, I'm sorry, spring division meeting is March 6th of the next year, if you know that. And they changed the one for now from June to June 19th.
Okay.
So we have a meeting, which they're hosted at different schools, which you get to see what they're doing and communicate and find out more about them. So
Mike, the one for the one that switched over to the governance on the 19th of June, is that open just for the delegate, or is that open to all board members?
it's open for the delegates and you.
Great, thank you.
And then that's where we're going to decide on
Okay.
the subjects.
Great. Any questions for Mike? So I guess we need to give authority to delegate for you to reach out to Oakland. Is anyone opposed to that?
Yep.
Great.
On behalf of the communications committee.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The ISAB Lazant, there's nothing to
Yeah,
report.
changed for that.
So, old business. New business. Great. A couple things. I'm sorry. Did you want to say something? The Village of Norwich will be having their Memorial Day observation ceremony, and typically we do send board members to that and do send a wreath. We have to reply back in writing in the next day or so. So if you're interested, I know in the past Mike and Pascal have gone, but the more the merrier. So Tim, if that's something that you would like to go to, or Warner or Jennifer, it's in the packet, and just let Sarah know. Typically we spend roughly about $100 on a wreath. Is anyone going to be opposed to the buying a wreath?
Nope.
Wow. Great. And we just need to let her know by the 19th. So, any other new business? Thank you. Board comments?
I guess my comment, I mean, it's the elephant in the room. How long do we have to wait? Or what's the next step or procedure to find out to fill this position? Because I was hoping that we were going to start this year off a little bit better, but for the board position.
So a couple things. So we've talked to our attorney. He's working on the process. I also called the regional office and left them a message. I know Dr. Malley has talked to them, he could share a little bit more about what they said. And I also called the legal group of the ISEB today and left a message for them to call me back just to see where in the school code list out what is the correct procedure out there. And so I will ask Dr. Melly just to comment a little bit more about the procedure of according to the according to the West Cook. If you just
one of the things one of the difficulties is a withdrawal is different from a resignation. So according to our attorney, you can't resign from a position that you don't have. My obligation, the board's obligation, is to seat people who have won the election. And when 1,500 people have voted for an individual, I'm going to respect the 1,500 people. That said, our attorney is working on some talking points for the board. Our attorney will provide those as soon as possible. Our attorney is doing a little bit of research. But one thing that I've heard from West 40 is you have to have a pattern of neglect. A pattern of neglect. Now, I couldn't find it in writing, I couldn't find it in school code, but the interpretation is a pattern of neglect can be anywhere from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 months to 5 months before you can fill that position. But that said, our attorney doesn't believe that is the case. He believes that we should, if we can, depending on the laws, look for an opportunity much sooner, because there's a lot of business that we have to do. And I understand, but at the same extent, I'm dutiful to the process. I know a person has won the election, and I'm going to be dutiful to that person because that is my obligation. That's the board's obligation. And so we're working very closely with the attorney, and this is no new news. This has been brought up before. And so I'm just being very clear in the public. We're respectful. We're going to be very respectful.
Okay, just so the board has been informed that we did send a registered piece of mail that was signed for, explaining that, well, he just went over that he won the election and we expect him to come and take his seat. So all we need, the unfortunate truth, we have to wait. And so, is that the answer I know you're looking for, Mike? Any other board comments? I would like to make one. I would like to.
Say,
yes, go ahead.
I would like to say, you can reiterate this to everybody, but I'd like to say thank you to Dr. O'Malley and everybody involved, including teachers, in pushing forward the grade center work. It's a lot of work, and I'm glad that people are taking it positively and going forward, getting it done so we can make this happen. So thank you.
Thank you, Warner. Just in case if you guys didn't hear in the back, he wanted to thank Dr. O'Malley and the teaching staff for their hard work for getting everything ready for the transition to grade centers. I have a comment. I would like to thank the Lee's PTA. They have lobbied and successfully got us a grant for $25,000 to upgrade to get us new playground here at Lee, to welcome all the kids together at the school. And so I would like to thank the PTA and Athena for
thank you
for lobbying.
And also Athena has a date for a community build to actually install the playground here at Lee, and I believe it's August 12th. Okay, August 12th, and you'll hear more on that. We invite everybody. Adam, we'd love to have you put in the playground, buddies. So, Bob, please come out. It's a big community build. It's a way that we can work together and really break bread, shake hands. And I think it's a very powerful opportunity for the Lee parents to get to know the Giles parents a little more intimately. You may know them, but it's a more intimate setting. And I can only imagine putting in a playground will probably take, what, the entire day? One day. Amazing. So one day. So it'll take 24 hours, right? All right. So a working day. It's going to take a work. That's what I hear. I don't believe it, but I'll believe it when I see it. But if everybody comes out, I'm telling you, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. So I'm really looking forward. And thanks again. We appreciate all your hard work and really supporting us.
Thank you. Public participation. Gus.
Hello, my name is Gus Rapadas. I would also like to address the elephant in the room, or maybe one that's not in the room. Adam McCready. With the support of Jim Chamorro and the entire so-called Norwich Improvement Party, without any legitimate campaigning, without ever speaking up, and that includes not even showing up to the candidate forum, and only about 2 board meetings if it was that, won the election with nearly 1,600 votes. Goes to show you the top vote getter is not usually the best person for the job. Now, it's been proven that this was strictly a political move. It has nothing to do with helping District 80, the community, the Norwich citizens, or our schools. Just like Jim Chamorro and Michael McCullough during our schools during his campaign, McCready's now nowhere to be found. He has abandoned us. He doesn't even give us the respect that nearly 1,600 votes gave him to properly resign so we can move forward. I demand that Adam McCready send in a proper resignation so he can fill the vacancy on a school board that has an abundant amount of work to do. I feel abandoned by Adam McCready and our entire village. I mean, I think it's ridiculous. I mean, 1,600 votes, and you can't send a letter so we can move forward. You're going to delay us up to 6 months. I don't know what else to say. The only reason I'm speaking out because I'm hoping that, maybe through the video, maybe through the newspaper, maybe through something, that he will contact us so we could, move forward. He doesn't like us talking about him. He thinks that we're saying bad things about him. Best way to do it is eliminate it. If he resigns, if he makes the formal resignation so we can move forward and possibly put someone else on the board, then he's done, he's forgotten, and we could all be at peace. I'm sorry if I was a little too vocal. I've been quiet for too long, and I had to say it.
Thank you. Would you like to start?
We got it.
Just stand here and do it. I've said this before, but to say it again, there are few people here that weren't at the last time I said this. Adding to facts that Dr. O'Malley had put in his presentation and presented time again, I just wanted to add some more and some comparisons and mention the FAR schools. So, Norwich District 80 has the 14th lowest tax rate out of more than 350 elementary schools in Illinois. Come see me and I'll show you where to find that. It's been 25 years now since the last past referendum. 2015 expenditure per student, as touched on in the presentation, for Norwich is $10,145. The Illinois average is $12,821. A 2012 study for the Illinois average for high poverty districts is $10,874. So, Norwich residents receive $729 less than the 2012 average for high poverty districts. And I can show you where to find them. The teachers, and now these costs, expenditure per student, include all teacher and all administration. So if we're getting students getting $729 less than a high powered district, you can imagine that what we've been paying is a bargain. It's a great deal, especially when District 80, the 2015-16 PAR score was 50.3. Now you're thinking, is that a scale from 0 to 100? It's not. The Illinois average is 34. So we scored 50.3. I checked a bunch of districts around us, south, north, far west, southwest. The only two that I found above us was Park Ridge, District 64. Actually, Union Ridge is a point or two above us, and Arlington Heights. So 50.3 is very good. And Dr. Schilling had touched on in the beginning of this, another thing that I found myself, administrative cost per pupil ranking shows District 80 as being ranked at 294